in this book?
I find it, I do read it, but then it doesn't, you know.
No, it ain't going to connect with you because it's not really for you. It's only for the Israelites. The Israelites, this book is our constitution. It's for us. It says it here. This is Romans 9 and. Right, it says this is back on us again. This is Romans 9 and I'll start at 9. For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one even our father Isaac, for the children, whom she's talking about, for the children, right? Leave that there. For the children not yet, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, but the purpose of God according to election. What's an election? Someone being voted for, isn't it? The election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So God said, I'm not electing him for his works. The children ain't even done that yet. But he said, I'm going to elect the black one over the white one, over the red one. There's no such thing as black, brown and red. Yeah? And it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Who come out first? Esau. Who's serving who now? At the moment, who is serving who? Black guy's serving the white man at the moment, isn't it? So it says, you're a wise guy, brother. You're the first white guy who has really understood this. Yeah? And it says, as it said to her, the elder shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. God hates you, hates white people. This is what they're not teaching us in the Bible. God hates white people. That's why he took your melanin away. You got the mark of Cain. You know when Cain killed his brother Abel? Right? So he said, what did Cain say? He said, if they see me, they're going to want to kill me. God took his pigment away, so he was the first white man. All nations was brown at that time. Because it tells you Genesis 2 and 6, man was formed of the dust of the ground. When you look at the ground, if you dig up this concrete, because you made this into a cave kingdom, because everything's concrete, it reminds you of the Caucasus Mountains. That's why you build the way you build. If you dig up this ground, you dig up this concrete, what's underneath it? And what colour is the dirt? Brown, isn't it? What's in our bodies? Zinc, everything was in the ground. What did they say? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Put the body back in the ground. Because we're from the ground. So that's what it says, right? This is how we know this Bible is true. It says here. As it is written, it's written in Malachi, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with God? Because that's what people say, used to say. They say, what do you mean God hates white people? He's even saying it, he said here. What shall we say then? Right? Is there unrighteousness with God because he hates white people? And it says here, God forbid. No. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not that him that willeth, nor him that runneth, but God that showeth mercy. And he says, for the scriptures say it unto Pharaoh, because he's doing the same thing what he done to Pharaoh. What he's done, he's raised you up, he's given you the blessing over us for now. And he's made you feel that you're going to rule forever. Because it says in Psalms 49 and 11 that the white people's inward thought is that they're going to rule forever. You know why? Because you've got military might. You lean on the sword, but your blessing is being taken now. That's why China, all these other nations have got nuclear weapons, because they're going to use them on you. America's going to be obliterated. The only nation was going to be blown to smithereens, right? Because out of America comes all philosophies, homosexuality, bestiality. They've got Mambala. Have you heard of Mambala? Yeah, because you are the Romans. You're the Greeks and you're the Romans. There's nothing new under the sun.
So where are they moving to?
Who's moving?
if they're moving from America, you don't think people are moving from America?
There's people trying to get out, the hell out of America. The rich folk are getting the hell out because they know it's going to be blown. It's over. It's over for the Americans now. Yeah? The American economy.
You don't think it's moving to China?
Huh?
You don't think it's moving to China?
A lot of them are moving to Philippines. We've got a guy, one of the insiders, his name is Jim Rogers. He's already taken his children to China and they're learning Mandarin, they're learning Chinese because they know Chinese. They think Chinese are the next rulers, but they're not. We are. I told you, we're the
Who's we?
The Israelites.
Who's that?
This world was made, the blacks, Hispanics and Native Indians. This world was made for our sakes.
So, Mexico, Spain...
No, they're all Edomites. Spain are the Edomites, okay? That's why you got the European Union, the 10 common markets. The first markets was Spain, Yugoslavia, Britain, Holland, Belgium. All of them are, what's the common denominator of the Europeans? You're all Edomites. Even the Russians are Edomites, but they're against you. Because what he said, he's going to turn, our Bible said, God said he's going to turn the Russians, he's going to put a hook and turn them back to communism. That's why they went down to Crimea. Because if you know, America tried to get Crimea. Yeah? But what it was,
yeah, that's right.
remember that?
Where you put Ukraine.
Ukraine,
Yeah.
right. And what it was, they had Ukraine government went back with Russia. They had an agreement that will come back in the European, because it used to be the USSR. Right? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Now it's split into many different countries within Russia. Right? But they're all coming back together now because they're going to fight the Great War. This is coming. This is coming. World War III is coming. You can hear it on your news. They're talking about it now. This is coming. This is in the Bible. God said, see? It says that they that laugh now will laugh last. Right? You see what happens? He thinks I'm mental, but he's the bad one. You understand? Because when the shops run out of food, he's going to be eating the neighbours' dogs and all that, yeah? Yeah, but the Bible says, he that laugh now will cry and weep and moan. I don't mind laughing, yeah?
Two questions I was going to ask you. You mentioned that they're going to leave. You said they're going to go to China, right?
Who's going to go to China? I said a lot of people are leaving their countries.
America, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people are leaving, yeah.
But look, as a general, yeah, that all the leaders and all the people in the world, they're looking to do something.
No, you know what? They've got underground cities. What they're going to do, they've got space platforms. See Putin, you always see him in a submarine, right? You see Putin in a submarine. Why is he always in a submarine? He's got an underwater city.
Yeah, that's what the guns are, isn't it?
No, he's got underwater city.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what I was going to ask you, because obviously they're not going to go to certain countries.
No,
because those
let me
countries
show
are
you.
gonna
Let me
be-
show you. Let me show you what the Bible says. This is in Amos. This is written in Amos. That's what it says. The elites.
If you think about it, sometimes we're being ruled now by TV screens.
Oh yeah.
Do we actually see them around town?
Television.
They can be everywhere.
It shows you what they call TV. Programs.
Television.
Programs.
Channel.
Programming.
Like, it's a channel.
Telling you
And
everything.
you're
No, it's
getting
programs. They're
Yeah.
programming you. This is Amos 9. This is what God said about them trying to hide. Amos 9 and 2. And it says, 9 and 2. Though they dig into hell, the Americans have got this. You know, they built the French tunnel. You know, they built the French tunnel. They're digging the shit.
Yeah.
Right, that's what they use to build the underground city. And it says, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up into heaven, space station, thence will I bring them down. Though they hide themselves in the top of Carmel, they've got the mountain retreats, the elites have got mountain retreats. I will search and then take them thence. Though they hide themselves in the bottom of the sea, thence will I command the serpent, and he shall bite them. Have you heard about the Philippines submarine? They're saying they found the submarine broken into 3 pieces. The Leviathan, they got this creature, they said, broke it into 3 pieces.
I've seen
The
stuff.
Leviathan is in the Bible.
They've got, you know, we talked about UFOs
Yeah.
flying in the sky. They've got the ones
It's
that
in the
go
Bible.
down
Jesus
into
Christ,
the
okay,
ground.
Jesus Christ is coming back in. Look, Revelations 1 and 7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds. What do they resemble? What do they resemble? Look up there, clouds.
I hear that.
Yeah? They resemble clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah? Clouds. when we come out of Egypt, did it not say that we was led by a fire by day, and no, it's a cloud by day and a fire by night. It's talking about Egypt. These is what led us out of Egypt, and it said Christ went up in the cloud.
Was that
Elijah went up in the cloud.
40 years?
These. Huh?
40 years ago,
Yeah, the 140 years. That was Canaan. Yeah, going to the promised land. Yeah.
Okay.
And it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him." So when they tell you that Jesus Christ is coming back to hug your children, that's garbage. It says they're going to wail. Why are people going to wail? Because it's coming. Because it tells you. Let's get it. Let's get Luke 19:27, because they gave me the wrong perception of Christ. Let's see what he said. This is Luke 19:27. It says, "But those." Well, it's in red. What does it mean? When the writing's in red, what does it mean?
Is it
Jesus speaking.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it word?
It's Jesus speaking his words.
Yeah.
This is Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring him up and slay them before me. So Jesus said, "Bring me. You don't want me to rule. Bring me to them." Right? So at the end of the day, your government wants to disclose them, because everybody's seeing them now, and they're the chariots of Israel. The one you call Ezra saw them. Even the president saw them. What was his name? Huh?
Is that the American Roosevelt?
Yeah, Roosevelt. Roosevelt,
Yeah,
and the other one. What was the other one? Not Kennedy, the other one.
Not Reagan.
Not Reagan. Reagan done a speech.
Yeah, he
remember
done
Reagan's speech though, when he said, "We would come together if there was any outside force." Do you remember that speech?
Yeah, I remember.
We would all come to, because he knew about
He
them.
knew about them.
You understand?
Yeah.
He knows
the
that they're
Greys,
coming.
they used to call
That's
them
why
the
they're
Yeah,
going to
that's
run
like
alive.
DARPA and the Pentagon.
Right.
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do is mimic these.
Yeah.
They're trying to mimic them. Because if you know about the Germans, they're the men of Teeman.
Yeah.
The Germans are the wise men.
Yeah.
They tried to mimic them. That's why after World War II, what was the Russians and Americans and the Brits fighting for?
The technology.
German scientists.
Yeah, and technology.
They got a doctor called Dr. Werner von Braun.
Didn't he become the main guy of the CIA?
Yeah, what it was, but Russia got some as well.
Yeah.
That's why the technology, the best technology, is Russia and America.
Wasn't it that guy that made the rocket 5? What was it? What's that rocket number 5? The American rocket.
Yeah, he made all that technology, Dr. Werner von Braun, yeah? What he said to some girl, some woman, she had above top secret, her name was Karen Rosen. She said in 1978, they had the ability of vehicles to hover. They could have had hover cars in 1978.
They got rid of Tesla quick, didn't they?
Yeah, just imagine, in 1978, just imagine the technology they got now.
But look, the reality is, even back then, they had the capacity to run like cars that didn't need petrol.
Right, what was that
Right.
guy what built the car, he could run a car on water? They killed him.
You know what? They got rid of him.
Yeah, they killed
Just
him.
like my guy, what's his name? Is it Tesla?
Yeah, Nikola Tesla.
They told him, look, this guy, because he said I can do wireless energy.
Yeah.
They said, nah.
Kill him. Get rid
What's
of
his
him.
name? What's that guy's name? Come on, that banker, man. Morgan.
Oh yeah, I know something like JP Morgan. Yeah.
That guy said, no mate, I've got money in the proper wires. I need those proper wires.
Like the Rothschilds,
Yes.
the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gittys, the Wahlbergs,
Yeah.
they're the ones that own that.
Yeah.
You understand?
They're on the banking system.
Yeah, they own
the whole game.
Go on the internet and there's a film about the Rothschilds. He said where it was, he sent his sons, his 5 sons,
Yeah.
to all the richest places in the
Areas.
world
And
take over
that's the guy that
banking
used to have the tunnel under the ground, and you go down and there's a cave and he had loads of gold.
system. Yeah, that's what they done. They
And
got,
he had loads of gold.
see what the gold was supposed to be for what was it, bricks,
Yeah.
or the other one in America, Fort
Yeah.
Knox. There's tungsten in there, there's no gold. The Rothschilds is got that.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they know what real money is.
Yes, gold.
Right? What they got monopoly money, what they gave us now. Real gold is silver, land, that's real wealth.
God told us the only currency there is silver and gold. I don't know of any.
And land and
Yeah, of course. But what paper money? I don't know about this.
that can't, what was, back in the day, you know what you could do with that paper money? Because it was an IOU. You
Yes.
could go into the bank
Yeah.
and exchange that for gold.
Based upon the
Right,
gold in the
right, but they took that away. They
And
took that
started
away.
writing out receipts.
Because what it is, they're just saying, keep the monopoly.
Yes.
But now they're converting it now into digital currency. They've had enough of that money now because they know that it's coming to an end. It's all coming to an end. So now
But
they need.
if the Israel's take it, come back, take over,
Oh,
the Israelites,
yeah, we're going to take over.
is it going to be gold? Or silver?
Yeah, we're going back to. Everyone's going to go back in their land. Yeah,
I'm down with that.
yeah.
Go back to
Everybody's going to be righteous.
Get
Yeah,
back
you're
to
going to be
that.
happy.
Bro, I can work all my life, and because of the inflation,
Yeah.
I couldn't even buy a cup of coffee after 50 years.
Right,
brother.
there's going to be no poverty when
Yes,
they're around.
brother. Yes.
Because the Caucasians, the white people, are greedy. This is what God made them. He made them unbalanced.
tell
But they're
me
the
about
top.
this.
They're Amalekites. They're the top nation. They're Amalek. They're the top of the Edomites.
Khazaria.
Huh? Yeah, but they're not Khazars. That's
They're
all
not
crap.
Khazars.
They are Amalekites.
Caucasus
They're
Mountains.
Edomites. Yes, they're Edomites. They're the
So-
top Edomites.
So where we get this term Caucasian?
Caucasian comes from a man called Johann Blumenbach. He coined that term. Caucasian. All it means is as well as of the Caucasus Mountains.
Oh, right.
That's what it means.
But that's got a lot of significance, right?
Yeah, because they went into the caves. There's the caves of Mount Seir. Yeah, Mount Seir. Right, near Israel. They took that from the Horites. The Edomites took it from the Horites. But the inner spirit, God said, I'm going to give you that land. It's somewhere. It is somewhere.
Because like what they're saying that since they come with the new writings of the Bible and that, they portrayed Jesus as a white man.
Yeah, because what it was, they in order for us to adhere to them, they had to, because they knew what we're spiritual people.
Yes.
What they had to do is, Margaret Sanger said it best. You know Margaret Sanger is? She's the one who put in Planned Parenthood.
Oh yes.
The other ones were
But Planned Parenthood, isn't that to do with Bill Gates? Yeah,
his father.
His father.
Her and Margaret Sanger used to go to
Now I know.
Planned Parenthood.
Now I know.
Right? And she used to be a speaker for them.
Okay.
And what she said is, we don't want these people to know that they're chosen people. So what they do is they set up pastors, teaching that God loves everyone.
Yeah, but where?
And she said at the same time, we don't want them to know we're going to exterminate the human beings. They know where the children of Israel. The same thing that happened in Egypt, we're trying to do again. But what it is, he's going to make the Lord is going to make them their mouth to fall upon themselves.
Yeah. They ain't going to be able to lie, innit?
You know, these are the only people. See if I get it. This is compact part of it. This is written by Jesus. See what it says.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood was a big scam, innit?
Yeah,
That was a
it's
big
just to
scam.
get rid of black people.
Yeah.
Pushing the vaccine.
Yeah, no, that's the new thing.
Yeah, this is the new
Yeah,
thing.
that's
What it
the
is,
new thing.
what it is, they're trying to get it to us first.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think he said it. Matt Hancock said it.
Yeah.
First.
Yes.
Because he always laughs.
Yeah, let's
All of
think
a
there
sudden,
first.
he
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And
At
Bill
one point,
Gates,
when
and
the
Bill
UK
Gates and his
ran,
missus
they
said,
were saying-
we're going to give it to the African Americans first. Because they know where the children
Like
are.
Tuskegee there.
Of course, the syphilis. I know all about that. Yeah, and the Panama, went down to Guyana.
No, it's that guy, Bill, innit? He's the front man for that.
Bill Gates.
Yeah, he's the front
because
man.
what it was, he stepped down from Microsoft and went to his other company.
Yeah.
For this Max company.
Yeah.
What does he know about Max? What he knows about is father, eugenics.
Exactly.
Right, it's getting us right.
My guy can't keep viruses out of computer system. He's going to keep
All we
viruses
got to do is go on
out.
the internet and Bill Gates' speech, and it tells you that when he was on stage, he said, look, he was on stage and he had all this stuff, and he said, look, in order for us to bring the CO2 down,
Yeah.
either we got to
Yeah,
Obviously,
eliminate.
you've got to get rid of the people. They started laughing.
Yeah, through vaccination.
Yeah, that's what he said. I prefer the Max, he said.
Come on, bro. I like that. I'm going to come back. I've got to go to a shop because we've got them.
Alright,
They're
so
good
sweets.
Yeah.
Alright, get your sweets. Alright?
We'll be back. We'll be back. Bless you, brother. Take care, man. Respect.
Alright, this is Edom, yeah? It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the seed of great future judgment. So white people have got a great future judgment. Yeah? Putting us in slavery. It says here, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. How do you feel about that? Says it. Edom. Who's Edom? Who do we establish Edom was? Edomites. White. So the white people, so-called, but they're written. Yeah. It says there, figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures. You know why? Because we are the main characters. So-called white people and the so-called Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We are the warring people, right? Because you don't see the Chinese man with his knee on his neck for 9 minutes, right? You don't see the African man with his knee on his neck. You don't see the East Indian man. You don't see the Chinese man. You don't see the Japanese man with his knee on his neck. You'll see a Negro, Hispanic, or Native Indian. Who's at the border in America? They got in cages. Haitians now over there, they're whipping them. You see on the news? They're with horses and they're whipping them in Levites. See that?
I saw it when I saw that it wasn't accurate that they were whipping.
It was. And that's not what it is. They're trying to, all they do is try to water it down to say that we're not animals, but they are. It's an inbred anger and hatred. We have a natural hatred for each other. When the black boys scored all the goals for England to get into the final, when they missed, what did they say? Niggers, monkeys, baboons. There's a natural hatred for us. Do you understand?
Yeah, but how do you explain that me not feeling that?
No, well maybe you don't feel it, but probably in the right environment, if there's another 5-year-old guys in there. Niggas, you know what I mean?
Not at all.
Niggas. Yeah, niggas. In the right environment,
No,
bruv,
not at all.
it'll come at you.
I think it probably helps your point.
If you're an Edomite, yeah. Hey, bro, have you ever called a guy a nigger before? I can't tell the truth. Tell the truth. It's alright, it only means black. You know what it means? It comes from a Latin word, Nigel. It means black. It don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? It's just only...
Oh, you won't listen to me, you know.
I know, I think you put the in me.
This is my confusion, because maybe it's a generation.
No, it's not.
But
It's
like-
a birth thing. It goes back to the blessing.
But
It's deep,
saying
isn't
that,
it?
if I was around people that were saying that, I wouldn't hang around with them.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't hang around with them. I
Section.
find-
Just like so-called some of these white people
I-
sleep with black guys, isn't it?
To be honest, right, if you talk to my mum and my stepdad, they say things that are racist.
I know, that's what I'm trying to
They say
say.
things that you are talking about.
Right,
I agree with you. Because I try to talk to them about stuff, and something will come on the news, or the immigrants will come in, and it's always that fuck. And then I could.
But they don't realise they went over to conquer other countries. It's what it is. Your family, white people are hypocrites. They're hypocrites.
I get it.
You know what hypocrite means?
Yes.
What?
Well, if I accuse you of doing something like doing it myself.
Actor. Hypocrite comes from the word hypocrites, what means actors. White people, who wins all the Oscars? White people. Yeah, but the white people, they're great actors and actresses. Yeah? What it is, this is it. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. She is the only neighbour of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. So when Jesus Christ comes, there's no mercy for you. Do you know why? Because you showed no mercy to us. Let's see what this is here. This is Numbers 35-33. Numbers 35. Numbers 35-33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land where you in, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that sheddeth. So you see the blood was shed. You know how many slaves died on the transatlantic slave trade journey? Blood was shed.
It's a famous painting,
yeah, no, it's over 100 million slaves just crossing over 100 million just crossing.
How many did you spoke now?
Stacked in there.
How many did
Remember, they stacked them in there. They didn't care about how many comfortability. They were pissing, shitting. Women were menstruating. They were giving birth. This is how they had us. But the Lord said He was going to give us over to you guys to do that. See what I mean? because we did not listen. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to tell you, we're coming to the end of the Caucasian
So what's the war going to be like when you guys get your go?
I'll read a little scripture first. This is
Around and in.
yeah, right down the drain that was. You know what I mean? Right down the drain. Got a good shot. That's what I'm going to be in the kingdom. Shooting Edomites.
If you see me, you just go, oh,
No,
right,
you're good. You know what I'm going to do? For you, I'm going to give you a good job. Because you stood up here. I've only been there for at least half hour. That's the least. I'm going to give you a good job. You know what I'm going to do? You're going to wash my tigers and my bears. It's a one-time job.
I'll do that.
I've never tried to wash a grizzly bear. I don't think anybody's. you know, I thought you just got it. You know, Isaiah 60. Yeah? This is the gospel, good news. Yeah? For us, it's bad. If there's someone getting good news, what does it mean? Someone's getting bad news, isn't it? It's good news means for someone who's getting good news. This is Isaiah 60. He said, what's going to happen? It says here. Start at 61 and 4. And they shall build the old wastes. They shall rise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. Right, Shalom, kid. And the sons of the alien shall be your plowmen. So you're going to be our slaves. Was we not slaves and still slaves in your kingdom? Are we not the first fired, last hired in your kingdom?
I say slavery has gone on.
You've got to have slaves.
Egypt,
There's
Pharaohs
yeah,
had
but there's
slaves.
nothing wrong with having slaves. You've got to have hierarchy. You know what I mean? You've got to have rulership and you've got to have the peons. Right now we are the peons to you, but only because we work the laws of God. The world was made for our sakes, and we're going to get our world back too. It says it. And your plowmen and your vine dressers, but ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of God. And we're not called that now. We're called niggers, monkeys, wetbacks, baboons, goons. We're called bywords. Yeah, Proverbs is bywords. And ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles. Why? Because our gates are going to be open. Not continually. And they're going to bring our gold, their gold, even their daughters and whatnot. We're going to claim. Yeah? And it says here. And their glory shall be your boast in yourselves. For your shame you shall have double. We're going to have double. So it says there in the Bible, it says you're going to get double. We got 500 years of slavery. You're going to get 1,000. Right? But what happens after the 1,000?
Someone else will take over.
No, we're going to get rid of your masters. Remember what we read there? The only nation what was not promised what? Not promised what? What did we read? The only nation what wasn't promised any what?
Salvation.
That's under them.
Right, Edom. Edom is Esau, it says here. Figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgment. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God. So there's no mercy for you when Jesus comes. That's what it says here. And it says here, Isaiah 60 for your shame I have doubled. Your confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be upon them. For I am the Lord that love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offerings. So he hates robbery. He was robbed us. It says that he gave us over to the robbers. And who's the one that goes around saying that they got what's that term they said then? MWD?
Weapons of mass destruction.
Why was they there for? It was there for the opium poppy.
That's right.
Now, where is this now?
There was in, where did they go down to make Gaddafi's for?
That was planned.
Libya. They went down there because of
General
his
said that
resources.
they were going to invade 7 countries in 5 years.
Right, and that was
Iraq,
Millie said something about it, innit?
They
Yeah.
called it the Arab Spring.
Yeah. Right.
But you know Gilgamesh?
Yeah.
So Gilgamesh's tomb was in
But
the
why was they going to invade it? The Americans don't go to any country when there's
You
no...
know they found Gilgamesh's tomb?
Oh?
You know they found Gilgamesh's tomb? Gilgamesh is one of the old giants, right? One of the old
Okay. So they said there was giants.
It's in Iraq. They invaded Iraq.
Okay.
Before the troops went, they took all the fucking oil from them. Tony Blair.
Yeah, they went in there to steal the oil. They went there to steal the oil, opium poppy, and they
Terrorists
left
come over
it
here
back.
and do stuff in the bar. Maybe they do, but they can't find Tony Blair's address.
Tony Blair.
Like, how is he still walking around?
Yeah, but come on, bro, they're all in elites. They're still eating babies' hearts, child molesting,
gotta be funding-
child trafficking.
They've
They're
got to
still
be
doing all that
funding
now.
terrorism. They must be.
They ain't got nothing to do. What's going to happen when Christ, the Black King, when the Black King comes back? That's
Well,
when the
hopefully he'll
judgment
fucking
starts.
kill them all.
Not this.
That's
Not
what
this.
it
Yes,
is.
they're not. No. What it is, they're going to do. You're going to end up getting burnt up and get put to death. They're going to survive. Yeah. What I'm going to do, like I said, I got something because you stood there for long. I'm going to try and see if I can get you for myself. Like I said, you want to get that one-time job.
Dibs. I got dibs on him too.
First thing I told him.
You got first dibs.
I told him I want to give him. He's going to get a job. What his job is going to clean my bears and my tigers.
That's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
one-time job. One-time
You
job.
have to get in between the teeth too.
He is going to be in between.
I know that.
And the toothpick. The grizzly bear is going to need a toothpick.
See, the thing is, I think that hatred perpetuates the very
Can I
cycle.
ask you a question? I don't mean to cut
No,
out.
it's all right,
I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe in justice? You see the hesitation?
Yeah, because Esau's going to be that. He's going to be
Do
that.
you not believe in justice?
As in, if I do a crime, there should be a punishment.
Not you, but you can use yourself. But if anybody commits a crime, do you not think that they should be punished for the crime? Do you think there's a statutory time limit for particular crimes, like murder?
As in,
I'm just saying, if let's say I murdered somebody, and 100 years from now they figured out that I was a murderer, are they still not going to come and arrest me?
yes, sure.
Right. So do you not think that that principle should apply to the biggest murderers on planet Earth? The people that have gone to every single country, including this country. Because when you go into the records, you'll see that King James was a steward, right? Was our people. He was a Jacobite. Right? Yeah, there you go. Queen Charlotte Sophia.